That's why true music lovers make a big switch. And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Dillon, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah, because we did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet by the President of Liberia. We condemn it. Now, both say, "Don't apologize." Lord, let me tell you, this country, they say when you wrong, play traffic and see you're not wrong. They can respect you, they can honor you for the year. Lord, let me tell you something. In good conscience, it's good to admit that you're wrong so that you can correct the wrong. We see the need for the use of private jet. We see the need, and I said now, the use of private jet by the President of Liberia. The thing that can solve it, the private jet issue, is for us to procure a presidential jet for Liberia, for the use of the president and for official use.
Yes, I'm ready for y'all. Let's say press union, read press release. There are 4,000 members of the press union. That lazy, useless group, they got elected by 102.
Ask yourself whether you go send. You see somebody in the street, you carry live there. I won't go live again. I don't take my own phone and go live. Something got to be wrong with you. You call yourself journalist.
Mr. Minister, can I please ask you a question?
You see how stupid it sound? You know how crazy that sound? Let me check my phone to get my web number.
I agree, sir.
I'm working with President Waka. His number in my phone. So don't ask yourself whether you go send. You see somebody in the street, you carry live there. I won't go live again. I can take my own phone and go live. Something got to be wrong with you. You call yourself journalist.
Mr. Minister, can I please ask you a question?
You see how stupid it sound? You know how crazy that sound? Let me check my phone to get my web number.
I agree, sir.
I'm working with President Waka. His number in my phone. Somebody asked me for Waka number. Oh, let me check my phone to see. Don't ask yourself whether you go send. You see somebody in the street, you carry live there. I won't go live again. I can take my own phone and go live. Something got to be wrong with you. You call yourself journalist.
Mr. Minister, can I please ask you a question?
You see how stupid it sound? You know how crazy that sound? Let me check my phone to get my web number.
I agree, sir.
I'm working with President Waka. His number in my phone. Somebody asked me for. Don't ask yourself whether you go send. You see somebody in the street, you carry live there. I won't go live again. I can take my own phone and go live. Something got to be wrong with you. You call yourself journalist.
Mr. Minister, can I please ask you a question?
You see how stupid it sound? You know how crazy that sound? Let me check my phone to get my web number.
I agree, sir.
I'm working with President Waka. His number in my phone.
How about police? Hold on. Everybody call. Police, be on the street. Be on the street. Please have your seat. How about police, be on the street? Make a call back. How about police, you have the floor. How about police, you have the floor. How about police, you have the floor. If you don't take the chair, we'll usher you out. You dare will take section. If you don't take the chair, Sergeant Hart, Sergeant Pierre, Sergeant Hassan, Sergeant People Hassan, Sergeant Hart, escort the gentleman out. Sergeant Hart, escort the gentleman out, please. Sergeant Hart, escort the gentleman out. Sergeant, put the man out, put the out. Escort the gentleman out. Escort the gentleman out. Escort the gentleman out, Sergeant.
And when they drop until they can respect the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court is very clear. The Supreme Court ruling is clear. Rachel Kuhn is not the Speaker of the House. And he can now be the Speaker of the House. I will come here again on Thursday. And when they drop until they can respect the Supreme Court ruling. People they are juntas. People are juntas. As long as they are behaving as juntas, I will keep dealing with them. I will come here again on Thursday. I will disrupt the place until they can respect the Supreme Court ruling. I was assaulted by my police and the Zion Army and other people. This place is where we're supposed to talk. I'm not talking to somebody 11 woman car. I will be here again on Thursday until they can respect the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court ruling is very clear. That Rachel Kuhn is not the Speaker. If they get authority, let them suspend me. Why they can't expel me? They get authority, expel me. I will keep stating my unreadiness until the Supreme Court decision can be respected. I will keep stating my unreadiness. This is where we're supposed to talk. Until the Supreme Court mandate can be respected. And the Supreme Court mandate will be respected. Thursday, I come here, I will enter here again. That session, every day I will come and state my unreadiness. I got no regret. Look, we are lawmakers. We need to respect our laws. We need to respect our rules. Let them use the law. Let them use the law. I was stating my issue. I'm stating my issue.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
God Almighty, we can't hear but thank God Almighty. Thank you for keeping watch over us. The Bible says when we are asleep, God is awake, keeping watch over us with the assurance that we will see today, and truly that testimony is manifest within today. And with the instruction in Psalm 150 verse 6, let every living being on the earth praise his holy name. Tell him thank you. So we are grateful to God Almighty for life. We can be more thankful. And hope you had a wonderful time. God kept watch over you too. As evident, you are alive. So you want to be grateful, as I am, with the responsibility to make society better. So thank you all for coming on. My dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, you're on from Minnesota. Good to have you on. Hope that you are faring well or you're doing good from your end. For the Calon 40, you're on. Thank you. Ralph Cooper from Denver, Colorado, the United States. Emmanuel Bra. Mario Croman, you've come on from Campley, Nima County. Solo Watt Corsia from your comfort zone, New Georgia Estate. You say Sylvester Taylor from Jacketown, Bombing County. Alex Kalu from where didn't say Awaliti City. You've come on from Police Academy District 5. Sophie Blamo, Asata O'Dawson. Asata, you are following from Maryland, the United States. Ruth B. Bine, you've come on from Phoenix, Arizona, the United States. Good to have you on. William Carr, you are following from Omega Painesville. Break It Taylor. Is it Break? Yes, your first name is spelled Breakay. And you are following from Jacketown to Bombing County. Frederick Taylor from Helsinki, Finland. CDC Papisos Eskeita for Life. Dupont Rowe, Ansu Coleman. Jackson Pony of Iron Factory. Gabriel Ma, you've come on, you and your family from Broadville. Good to have you on. And the head of the block, the intellectual block in Iron Factory Block 13, Rico, affectionately referred to as Chairman Boy or Chairman. You are the Chairman for Life. Susan Jabian and Afre Sumo Semeni. You've come on from Buchanan City. All right. Thank you all. Can get all of the names out because it is flowing like a river. We've got the issues to talk about. Today is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. And tomorrow going to be even interesting. A drama going to unfold tomorrow. Wherever you are, fall on your knees and whatever prayer you can offer to God, seeking his intervention over Liberia, because the country atmospherically is not in a good position. Leadership wise, everything is going helter-skelter, but they bring it to you like everything is okay in Liberia. No, everybody doing what they want to do. It seems the president isn't in charge, though he's the president. He was elected democratically and sworn in constitutionally, but it seems that he isn't in charge. Everybody doing their own thing. Corruption has overwhelmed the government, misinformation and disinformation all over the place. Cronyism is the order of the day. Those who wield so much power and influence, those who have the protective proximity to the president, they are using it to the core. Above all, the man who sees himself as the presidential aspirant, and we consider him as Unity Party presidential aspirant, Vice President Jeremiah Cohn, again, will admit that the people are angry in Liberia, though they are on course with their development plan, but it seems it is not resonating well with the people. And the vice president couldn't have been, or he couldn't have put it any better. Yes, they are hearing of the thousands and millions. Unity Party got their development plan on course, but the VP, who is also the presidential aspirant going into 2029 for Unity Party, I do not know whether he's started to play his politics so early to win the hearts and minds of the people, but over the days he had been vocal. I don't know whether it is intentional or something else. But there where we are, you'll have to pray for Liberia. You'll have to pray for Liberia. Personally, I do not do that, but it doesn't say that you can, neither cannot encourage you. What I can say, and it is what we do not pray for Liberia. We speak as God wants us to, because prayer is not for God to use. We take prayer out of context. Everything, prayer. And it is not because the Bible says that we should pray unceasingly, so you just pray loosely. It is not because the Bible says we should pray on every occasion, so you just put words out and you think that you are praying. There are times you need to stop God, not need you to pray, but to look at the reality and say, this is it, let's stop. Or that you look at the government, you look at the leader. Just as you get things straightened up in your house, you will look at things in your house and consider them wrong. You will look at other people in society and look at them, what they do as wrong. You will speak to them honestly and boldly. It is the same thing with national politics. You want to look at the government and say, this is wrong. You don't. Now, those of you who continue to pray all over the place, say you're praying for Liberia, that is exercise in futility. You're going to get nothing out. God is never, ever going to listen to that, because it is sentimental, it is empty, it is filled with all kinds of jumbo gibberish. God will want you to look at Mr. President, look at the government, look at whoever that is meting out injustice, that is suffocating the people, that corruption all over the place. The people are being stabbed in the back. Then God can say, yes, I can listen. And not only will I listen, but I will intervene. We have to stop. Let's get started with the issue. And there where we will close. So last week, it was the topical issue. The reduction of 85% of power energy transmission from Ivory Coast to Liberia. Ivory Coast was announced, and everybody hung on that. And it ran for almost 2 days. The people who are managing LEC, who have all of the information, would not come out to give a clear picture. The information went out and everybody believed it. Today, people still believe it. LEC even admitted that the information that came out, not only was it true, but that Liberians should brace themselves for difficult time, that power outage going to last for a longer period. However, they were moving to find alternatives, and they claim to have entered into a memorandum of understanding with a power energy company to come in to mitigate. A day after LEC announced the information was not right, and they put it on their PRO, Fali. Now they have moved to suspend the PRO. They said he gave misinformation, that the information put out wasn't true. Hence, they needed to take action, and that action is suspension. What I have known, and it is the ethical practice, nothing of such nature goes out of the institution without the leadership being in the know of it. The PRO is the one who manages, or who is the middleman between his institution and the public. He reports directly to the boss or bosses as per his TOR. And whenever a communication is about to go out, he consults his people. Assume he didn't consult, he put the information out. He was wrong. Assume also that he informed them. They saw the information. They approved it. Because that information was not something that was privy only to Fali. It was a delicate situation. The information was a delicate one. So put it out. He alone having it, he could not have done it. I want to believe he may have shared it with his people, but it seems something went wrong and they use him as the sacrificial lamb. So he's suspended, according to them, for providing misinformation about the Ivory Coast Liberia energy cut. That's what it said. So he's off job, and what we were told also, investigation is ongoing. The next thing is tomorrow is Armed Forces Day. Another holiday in Liberia, Armed Forces Day. I hope that our president will inspect the troops. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Thank God Almighty. Very good. Excuse doesn't happen all of the time. You can give excuse today, it will be accepted, but you can give excuse, even if you gave 2. You can give excuse for the 3rd, you can give excuse for the 4th, because the conditions will be different. we agree that what should have been the first Armed Forces Day for Mr. President. They say, oh, the people came out on the street. Former soldiers persuaded their wives. They lay all on the street. They cause havoc all over the place. Based on that, Mr. President, as per our Constitution, the Commander-in-Chief suspended or postpone or cancel the Armed Forces Day. We have argued, and I maintain that it was intentional. They knew why they did it, because Mr. President had just fallen off at the inauguration, not in a good bit of health. Doctors is trying to keep him fit to get going, because he needed to get the job off the ground immediately. And so I am convinced, and I said it before coming here, that they were buying time. So they instituted that. Now, 1 year on, Mr. President got no excuse now. He is the commander-in-chief. He is not the commander-in-chief to avoid. He is the commander-in-chief to inspect. He has to perform that constitutional duty. He has to. How is it going to be? He will not have to sit in any car, open top to move. He will have to inspect from one troop to another. And it is my understanding it lasts for pretty close to 30-35 minutes. And Mr. President cannot move for 30-35, 1 hour, 2 hours. Tomorrow is Armed Forces Day. So we're going to see now. So here is what I want to tell you in relation to that. Mr. President, our leader, show a sign that will now get us thinking of the possibility of impeaching Mr. President, because Mr. President is giving us every reason for that. Drop the sentiment, drop the vexation. Wherever you are following the show, listen carefully. Mr. President, prior to becoming the president of the Republic of Liberia, showed repeated signs of illness. Mr. President had frail rather. Mr. President could not move at will. Mr. President was confined to his place. He was being monitored. Mr. President, in the 2023 campaign, could not go everywhere because his people knew and still know his condition. In Lofa County, he attempted to go there, and he went there, and we were told that he felt sick. They tried to hide it 2-3 times. Mr. President would just move in Central Monrovia area, and even as that, they were very careful, because Mr. President was and is the only face. Then came the inauguration. Mr. President could not continue. It became so disgraceful, pitiful rather, embarrassing. The whole world was shocked, and they have that today. The legislators, they started a debate that, given what they saw, they argued after the inauguration that the condition shown by Mr. President was warrant to start impeachment proceeding. The legislature became divided. One group said, no, we cannot start impeachment proceeding now because the president, this is the first act. Another group would say, let's move to impeach him. That was grave. Those who said, let us not move now to impeach him, the guys who said, let's impeach him, agree with the guys. They allow reason to prevail. I love that intellectualism. It went so well. Though they were divided, but their colleagues on the other side, when I say colleagues on the other side, now I'm talking about the Senate, because most of the guys who raised that issue were from the House of Representatives that is in Tatos today. They said, we agree with our colleagues. The president situation was embarrassing on the country. That can be the start of impeachment. But we beg you, fellow colleagues, let's give the president a second chance. Since we've got the Armed Forces Day ahead of us, let's use that. Use that as an observation. If he falls during the Armed Forces Day parade, then we can start impeachment proceeding. So their colleagues saw reason with that. Mr. President, cancel the Armed Forces Day. When everybody was voting, they say the women, they spread themselves, they prostrated, they demanded this, they demanded that, and that caused the position of Prince Johnson, whom the president carried to NSA as the head there. So now we've got the Armed Forces Day ahead of us. No excuse for Mr. President. Before tomorrow, what did we see at the weekend? Mr. President was called to deliver his remarks in broad day, clear. Everybody sitting. It wasn't in the night. It was broad day in the morning. It wasn't in the evening. The protocol officer announced, Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's now have the remarks by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr. Mr. President heard that loud and clear. He woke up and Mr. President left the pulpit, was going on the other side or was going to nowhere. The security had to tap him on the back and say, this is where you need to go and speak. Where Mr. President was going, there was no podium there. And that alone, again, raised concern. The president will leave the pulpit and start to move on the other side. It flooded social media again. That was an embarrassment. It sends a signal again that Mr. President show a sign. And I hope the lawmakers took note. Mr. President show a sign again that warrant or can add to any bill of impeachment as substance. Those are signs or those are things that we need not overlook except you aren't literate enough. Joseph Yuma Boakai is the president of the Republic of Liberia. He is everyone's president. The president, Joseph Yuma Boakai, is the property of the Republic of Liberia. Every citizen has the right to be concerned about their president. He took the oath on behalf of the 5.4 million people in this country. It wasn't a personal oath, it was an institutional or country oath. Hence, every sign that will be undesirable, people have to raise their voice. Don't be afraid. Mr. President did show another sign that could add to the substance for impeachment. I'm not saying that the lawmakers should now start impeachment proceeding. I am saying signs. So, but before last week in Tanzania, the whole world is watching Mr. President and the others who were serving as panelists. Mr. President's voice started to crack. Mr. President's voice wasn't coming up. Mr. President's physique was not favorable. All of the people constituting the audience and the moderator felt something was unusual. Given their swiftness, the lady intervened with these words: Mr. President, sorry, we have to cut you off because we are running out of time. What was Mr. President's response? That is the disadvantage of being the last speaker. But the people did not go beyond anything that is the disadvantage of being the last. They needed him to stop because they observed a sign. Our president is not in a good bill of health. And I maintain for several years now, Mr. President need not be traveling here and there. They have to manage his health. He told us to manage our expectation. We accepted that. We have to manage in turn his health. Now he's going tomorrow, or he has to. Now he has to, he's going. There will be no excuse. He will have to do the inspection. I have seen presidents during that inspection. It lasted for between 20 to 25, almost 30 minutes. Mr. President will have to do that. If Mr. President cannot do the guide of inspection, or how to call it, I'm not a military man, I know the jargon, I'm only trying to put some things together. So please understand, accept my illiteracy on that. Mr. President will have to do that. If Mr. President cannot do that tomorrow on Armed Forces Day to do the guide inspection, then it adds another substance for impeachment. That means the president will have shown another sign of incapacitation. The Constitution of this country calls for that. Then Mr. President will give the lawmakers another reason to add up. Already, who was it? Yeah, there are several. I will bring them. Several lawmakers. 3 from Unity Party. They seen Priscilla Cooper, one of those. All of those guys, few guys from the Senate, they share their opinion when that thing happened. So, Mr. President, nothing will happen. God is in control. Nothing will happen on tomorrow. No woman or women coming out, call AFS soldiers to demand their pay. Nothing absolutely will happen. God is in control. God will keep the atmosphere stable so that Mr. President will do the inspection. There'll be no excuse. We considered 2024 as excuse. We will not consider 2025 another excuse, because the condition will not exist for any excuse. 2024, we consider it fell on us suddenly. So they postponed it, which was wrong, which was very wrong. However, there's another one ahead of us. So I hope that you guys are doing the needful. Mr. President will have to do that inspection. If Mr. President can do the inspection, if you have put in place another mechanism, then it means Mr. President is showing sign of incapacitation. There was on inauguration day, it was a sign of incapacitation. On inauguration day in Tanzania, it was a sign of incapacitation. Last weekend at the Group of 72nd groundbreaking ceremony, it was a sign of incapacitation. I think there are several we can put together. Yes. So if Mr. President doesn't do the inspection tomorrow and they put in another mechanism to substitute that, then that will be another sign of incapacitation, which the lawmakers can use under the law to have Mr. President impeached. So you people who are around him, you'll continue to take him to far places. You'll continue everything. He should go there. Prince Johnson told you. Prince Johnson said the old man is old. You made him president. Then Jeremiah Kun will be doing all the work. Oh, yeah, so Jeremiah Kun needs to. And that's why when Jeremiah Kun goes anywhere now, he's sounding like president. He has started to speak like president. He has put himself in the position like the president in waiting. So the late Prince Johnson was right. He said, the man is old. When you made a man president, when we made a man president, then Jeremiah Kun will be doing all the work. The man is old. Yeah. That's what Prince Johnson said. The man is old. When we made a man president, then Jeremiah Kun will be doing all the work.
The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. They old. He take Kun is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you as president. The old man is old. He take to produce vice president. Our prayer. When you turn to the man, the old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? Against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No. The old man is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing the job for you. Can he go everywhere? No.
Let's move to the next pointer, then we can open the line on the first segment of the show, Real Talk on Kings 88.5. That is the situation. Tomorrow is Armed Forces Day, a national holiday in Liberia. The troops will assemble to do their military display. The president will do the guide of how to call it, our honor or inspection, whichever way. The president of Sierra Leone, we are told, Julius Madabao or Bio, will be in Liberia, I think today, and he will spend the night here if he's not coming today, but he is the keynote speaker for tomorrow's occasion. So he will perform that ceremony. Yes. Start playing the King's Cash. Hope that you are playing the King's Cash giveaway. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. That's all you need to do. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. Yeah. That's it. Star 799 star 24 hash. So that is the situation. That is it. Tomorrow is holiday. Tomorrow, National Holiday Armed Forces Day. Mr. President he escaped the first one. He can't escape this one. Let's get to the next one. Then we go to the line. I know you have started calling already, but you just want to hold on for a few minutes. Let me bring on the next topic. Then we move on. So the Joseph Human Boakai, stalwart, diehard supporter, former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, the only person in the history of the world that the government would take their microphone to have press conference and condemn everybody and threaten. Yeah, the only president, the only government, unity party, the only country, Liberia. So yesterday she was at Liberty Party's convention, or Saturday at Liberty Party's convention. Yomli Kanga remains the political leader. Musa Ability gave it back to her. He waived everything, and thank you so much, Representative Musa Ability. He didn't want confusion further. They've been moving here and there, and he felt that it was just unnecessary to engage in long haul of confusion, strife, misunderstanding for party when he can do other things to advance his life. So Musa Ability gave it. But everything Musa Ability did, he was right. Just so you know. They will give you politics, Musa Ability gave you the law. They sold the party to Musa Ability. Today, Yomli Kanga Lawrence says she securing party headquarters. Years back, she could do it. They were broke. They did not have a dime. See, Dillon had Dillon. I have some of the photos, some of the clips here about Dillon causing Musa Ability the money fini. They won the party back. They never had it. They were broke like nobody business. They made palava with Musa Ability. The man say, I don't want confusion. So you can take the party. So he gave it to them. Now, the visual gay award, all the clips I have, majority of the clips, yes, but the people, they sold Liberty Party. They sold Liberty Party to Musa Ability. They never had a dime. Dillon was broke dry. Yomli Kanga was broke dry. They never had anything. The late owner of the party, Councillor Charles Bromsky, he left nothing behind. They could not even pay dues. The members were not even paying dues. So because they were in the perimeter of the hierarchy and everything went that way, so they took hold of the decision making. Dillon, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, who I think Rookie Barry, she wasn't in the picture, man. She was just coming off. I think Smith, Buchanan Smith, who top that guys. They sold the party. Dillon, Dillon.
Every partisan of this party has the right to aspire to positions in the party. But when we get in that position, you got to organize yourself, conduct yourself in keeping with the vision, aspirations, and the founding principles of this party founded by Charles Walker Bromsky. Today marks the beginning of a new day. A political party is not a building, it's the people. We want to state here clear on the record that whatever you do especially in politics, take note of two things. There's something they call political capital versus political cash. When your relevance to national politics is based on your cash, you got issue.
There's what they call political capital and political cash. That ability you are referring to at the time, they were fighting hard to take the party back. That's when they went into court. They landed at the National Elections Commission. They stayed there for a while. They went to court. They wanted to take the party back. But Bilete said, no, I have all the documents. Your son, you sold the party to me. I'm saying this to tell you that today they're using the country money because she's pro-tem. So she secured that party headquarters. They went there. Dillon was there. All the people. Dillon responded. He's the vice chair for political affairs. They had the former Chief Justice of Unity Party. She is a diehard Unity Party woman. So what did she say? She said that Liberia crisis is deepening. Liberia's institutional crisis is deepening under Nebuchadnezzar Joseph Yuma Boakai. She wasn't referencing the past. She spoke about the now Boakai atmosphere. According to her, she wants political leaders now to govern with sincerity and prioritize the future of the young generation. She comes to the conclusion that nothing is happening. The political leaders, they're only concerned about themselves. The Boakai leaders who should be serving as role models, they're only concerned about themselves. And then, what did she say? She said there is a government in waiting. That's what she said in her speech. There is a government in waiting, and this is a reference to CDC. Do you know that they have started to feel that impact of CDC? Those of you who have this thing that CDC is not going to come back to power, you are living with illusion. You are living with illusion. I advise you to drop that, because you know why? The same thing that CDC people said, that they were going to stay in power up to 2029. They forgot about themselves. They started doing all kinds of stuff, and Unity Party people capitalized on it. They flushed CDC out of power. Unity Party people are doing the same thing. So it is likely that CDC going to capitalize on it, and I hope that they are capitalizing on it, and that could put Unity Party out. So when she said there is a political party in waiting, it was a reference to CDC. She knows exactly what the government is doing. If it continues, there is every likelihood that Unity Party will be a one-term government too, as CDC was gone down in history. So she will challenge themselves, Unity Party and Liberty Party, that they should place national interest above partisan agenda. Partisan agenda, you're only concerned about yourself. What your institution can be, those in the institution, like what you're seeing all over the place now. So you are in factor, but they make it to appear that you are factor in the equation, but you aren't factor in the equation. Everything is about themselves. You see what's happening all over the place. That's what they call party agenda or partisan agenda. Concern about the partisan, those who wield so much power, those who are within the outer court of the hierarchy, the mar. You know what I'm talking about. It's that easy. So she said that if they're not careful, if they can put their house in order, there is a party in waiting. She said also in that speech, I just trying to get some points from there, that they need to serve with sincerity. Government officials, people in this government, Boakai and his officials, according to her, they need to serve with sincerity and not insincerity. That they need to see the young people of Liberia and understand their duty and responsibility to them. The 4,000 or 10,000 jobs can come. The 10,000 in IT, nothing yet. She went further to cite key areas of society. According to her, these areas have collapsed. Society, family, religious institution, and the judiciary. It's so good that she is a veteran lawyer. So the judicial system, according to her, has collapsed. Religious institutions muted. The family, well, not much. She said the church is in crisis. The mosque in crisis. Not that they are fighting. It's not what she meant in her speech. Go back to the speech and listen to it good. The church in crisis, the mosque in crisis is a reference for divided opinion politically. So what happens is, once Imam Tajikistan supports Bouakai, whatever that is happening in Bouakai regime, Imam Tajikistan will not talk, he will be muted. If Pastor Uzbekistan does not favor and did not support Bouakai coming to power, is in the position to bring out Bouakai errors and failures. So based on that, the church is not fixed on the issues that are unfolding. Everybody muted, nobody talking, everybody on their lane. And she's right on this, because Bouakai has given most of those people, most of the bishops and the apostles positions. Everybody muted. And things are happening in the country. That's crisis right there. She's not saying crisis that people, church A, there's misunderstanding there, they need to settle A, mosque B, there's misunderstanding. No, that's internal affairs. My understanding of what she meant was, because she was purely political, she wasn't preaching a religious sermon. She was delivering, or she delivered a political speech. To bring the church inside into a political script is to say these people have a significant voice in determining or keeping this country stable, looking toward the officials and say what they need to say, but they aren't doing anything. They aren't talking. They aren't educating. They aren't exposing. They got the masses before them, but they are not educating and exposing the masses. It is a crisis right there. Then why are they the mirror of society? Why are they? Then she went on to talk about leaders. They, as leaders and opinion leaders, they should stop militarizing and misleading the young people, making them radical, aggressive, engaging into all kinds of stuff. But that's how the politicians here do. And you can blame the politicians, because the young people love that. So that what unfolded with the with the former Chief Justice, Bouakai, main woman, the woman that Bouakai came, he took her from jail quick. Before then, she sat in the jail. She defied everybody, knocking the desk. Okay, so start. Now let's go to the line now with those 3 pointers. Then we can get to something else and get out. Start playing the King's Catch giveaway. We are giving 4,000 today. Start playing. Dial *799 *24#. play with $1 Liberian dollar or 70 cents US and get your 4,000. Play as many times as you can, and then you'll have your 4,000 Liberian dollars. Start playing now. I mean now. All right. Dial *799 *24#. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Let's go to the line to you. But before then, let's read a few comments. Matthew Chulipli said Unity Party fooled the Liberian people with lies. And secondly, the election was stolen from CDC in Nema County. Some of your comments are too long, 4 or 5 paragraphs. I'm not going to read all of them. You just want to cut it short. Just go straight to the point, hit the main point. You don't have to write like you're preparing a pamphlet. Emmanuel Broad said, President Boakai has rapidly declined. This is one of the reasons why they recently I'm not understanding all those things you put in there. You don't want to sound flowery, man. Just write a simple script. So be read with ease. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew. My name is Mr. Tukwa and I'm joining you from Brazil.
Let's hear you, Mr. Tukwa.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, I want to ask you a question. Since Honorable Waga became a president, when has he visited his church? I don't know. Like you were just mentioning about business. How many times has he visited his church?
No,
that you know about?
No, he went at his church a couple of times. He was at his church, but that is not the issue, man. You don't want to dwell on that.
It is. When we are talking about pastors being muted or religious leaders being muted, sometimes we think about this thing and ask the question. We saw other previous government used to go to church and they have some religious advices from their pastors how to lead their country. So if the brother does not go to church to lead to hear some advices from his pastor how to lead the country, it will be a problem.
Deacon. The man is deacon in the church. Thank you, sir. He is a deacon in the church. Hello. You want to cut your radio off?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. My name is Johnson from a point for the Hard Jacob District 11. Thank you all so much for the show. When it comes to Joseph Barker excuse for the expression of the armed forces day, I think there will be no excuse because without there's no excuse. Because in the Constitution, if the lawmaker cannot take stand, then that means there is no lawmaker in the country. Because by where they should take stand, it's the Constitution, the article that democratic proceeding. So they have to proceed the right way so that they can impeach the man. The man is the inability to lead the country. It's a problem. They lead the country. Then he said that the only thing he can do, I think he can honorably resign then
we're waiting tomorrow. We're waiting tomorrow. Yeah. Let's give him another try. We are in tomorrow in a couple of hours. Hello.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from?
Okay, Sergeant. My name is Matthew Makayo, and I joined from District this afternoon.
Let's hear you.
National Progressive Action Movement.
Let's hear you, Matthias.
Yeah, thank you. So let me first of all acknowledge the fact that white guy not capacitated to be, a president. From the very beginning of this president reign, he has continued to portray and make the Liberian people know that he is not fit, but has been used as a tool that all can enrich themselves, and has been used as a tool that his children can be able to have what they don't have over the years. Now, here it is.
All right.
The lawmakers will not impeach Waka because they are not an independent body. They have already taken side and will never do anything that
All right,
will go
Chief.
against the president.
Thank
So
you.
this is my thought. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Good afternoon.
I said no. But you know, if you do that,
Well, my man, I try about Fonati. I beg you. No, Chief. You will not determine. You follow the trend of the show. Did I talk about Fonati? I talk about Fonati. I talk about the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia position, the Armed Forces Day on tomorrow that the president needs to do the inspection. He didn't do it in 2024. He canceled the Armed Forces Day, placing it on the women. And now there is no excuse. So you don't bring something I didn't talk about. If you want to talk about the legislature and Speaker Kofa, you have to wait when it comes on. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, William Debbie Wu, the official spokesperson for the Liberation movement.
Let's hear you, Mr. Wulu.
Let me say thank you ever so much, my brother. And what I want to say is that, Sam, we all been seeing the thing here. If President Buchanan got to go to, I got Armed Forces, they vote no. They may incapacitated. We seen the thing. As a president, every day we see this great. I don't want. Being what anything happening, I don't happen. They go, I go, so not what we see. The man standing here and you go do one and say, why standing I don't want. I want the free one. Why you go do the growth to Mr. One? You don't go to put your moving and go in your car. And somebody who I got why you got we seen the thing, what way they go.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
That what we just see.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
how are you, Mr. Andrew?
Yeah, I'm fine.
My name is David King, and I know very well that tomorrow, maybe there's a bunker will be placed in the back of a pickup truck to start the gas. But I am not wishing for the worst. But if anybody dare try making the bunker to throw on that feet to inspect the gas, there will be a collapse. The bunker will collapse on our feet. You saw when the president addressed the state of the nation, he flew for you to Tanzania. He was speaking at that forum like somebody who just woke up on a sick bed. This old man is not capacitated.
All right, Chief.
So giving him a trial tomorrow, it will be like we're jumping from the frying pan into the fire.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you called from?
Good afternoon, Matthew, and good afternoon to the many listeners. I'm Francisco Macari, joining from the capital of Monrovia this afternoon. Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Thank you so much for your presentation you disclosed to the public this afternoon. But on the issues concerning about the Armed Forces Day tomorrow, it will be a full disgrace in the country because our president, he will behave like a senior. He will not be proactive.
So you will not see the president of Liberia inspecting the troops.
There will be no momentum for the president. Even the minute that the time you are saying that he will go for 30 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, he will not even go for that time because the strength is not there.
Yeah. He doesn't work actively. He works like stingray.
Tomorrow will be tomorrow in the history of Liberia. Tomorrow the Armed Forces Day will be one of the boldest Armed Forces Day in Liberia tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking that I think you can have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be because Mr. President, look how Mr. President walks. Mr. President doesn't walk fast. He moves like snail, like stingray, very slow. And he's not energetic. So I want to agree with the colors that he might. They have some kind of plan in place. I hope he does inspect the troops. If he's not going to, they have another plan in place to substitute that. It's going to be a disgrace. And the legislators will be working. And I think it is one of the reasons he he started this thing, and he's winning the warfare against Speaker Kofa. To have that man in Richard Kuhn as the speaker. Because everything, if you carry impeachment proceeding, it is speaker. The guys playing are working. They're working, but it's embarrassing the country. The whole world will be watching again. The legislators will be watching. If the president cannot, that is a constitutional responsibility. It cannot be substituted under no circumstance or condition. If the president cannot perform that constitutional obligation, then there's every reason to start impeachment proceeding of incapacitation. And those are practical stuff that people look at and say yes. Because look in Broadville. They call the man going on the other side. No one know where the man going. Hey man, what too disgraceful. And you know that kind of situation, you know what is it? That's dementia. Dementia. That what the president showed at the weekend. It is also referred to that's a sign of schizophrenia. Yeah. That what Mr. President showed. Amen. That is a sign of dementia. You know what? It is a condition characterized by progressive or persistent loss of intellectual functioning. Intellect is the mind. It's where the word, when you're saying intellect, you are saying the mind, the psyche, the soul. That's what it is. It is a condition, a mental disorder of persistent loss of intellectual functioning, especially with impairment of memory and abstract thinking. Yeah. Amen. That what the president showed. When I saw that thing, I said, no, this is purely schizophrenia or dementia. You're in a place. Let me put it in a simple way so that you will understand. You will think that you are normal and you're doing normal things, but the people who are around you know that you aren't doing normal things, but rather abnormal. You think that you are in a normal environment, and what you're doing by your mental impairment, you think that you are doing normal, you're acting normal, but in reality, you aren't. The people who are looking, they know that it's abnormal. That was abnormality. They call you to speak. You know what the podium is, but then you leave the podium walking on the other side. Hey, Ella Viva. Yeah. So we wait to see tomorrow. Okay. So now let's move. Let's move to the second and final lap of the show. Then we are out for today, Monday. But before, let's have this break. Yes, there's a song I missed out on it. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, Prezzo. Prezzo, you gotta do that inspection tomorrow. You gotta do it. Okay, let's have this break.
They say they want new Presso. We gave them the new Presso. What's the price in your grade? They say they want new Presso. We gave them the new Presso. What's the price in your job? 7 not taking pay. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but say they won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grade? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in no job? Plenty people name for 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grade? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in no job? Civil servant not taking pay. They step in your house every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Like who come and save us now? Like who come and save us now? Corruption killing us every day, making everybody face the front. They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in your grade? They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so what's the price in no job? Plenty people name for 40, one man taking 45K. No system, no rules in place, so corruption in our face. Hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, the hunger killing us, oh, hunger killing us.
You're listening to Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 10th day of February 2025. So the president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, is in Liberia. He is the keynote speaker for the Armed Forces Day program. He is in the country. He has arrived in Liberia. Let's go to the National Oil Company of Liberia, where the head of that institution is reported to have stolen thousands of United States dollars, 585,000, 75,000 with the scheme of 30,000 kickback, and a lot more. She was called in by the LACC last week. She didn't show up. Instead, she begged for time. That was a blatant disregard to LACC by her. And the commission came out to say that they could not accept any excuse from her because it was just an invitation, a summer to get an understanding of what is unfolding at the locale. And LACC told her that she will have to appear on the 10th of February. If she doesn't, she will be arrested. So today she was constrained to go there with her lawyers. But guess what? Most of the people have no respect for Joseph Iman Boakai. They have no respect for the president. And you will have this happening because when the president is surrounded by people of interest, that means people who get an interest close to him, and he himself is afraid of harming those people's interest. And when they know that, they are untouchable, so they do things that will show a disrespect to the leader. That is exactly what Swakoko Dennis did. The woman was suspended. President Boakai suspended her based on the recommendation of the board. The president suspended her On Saturday, LACC before then said that she needed to appear on today. LACC gave that order on Friday. The president has suspended her and asked her to turn over, not even asked, ordered her to turn over all government properties in her possession. The woman heard that. She received it loud and clear. She's normal. The woman put on the audacity. She put on the audacity that she would not respect Buakai by refusing to turn over the vehicles. What is normally done when an instruction comes from the president, that person will leave the car in the compound. Swakoko Dennis can tell us that she does not have car other than LACC car or government car. But because she feels that she is appointed through somebody that protecting her, so she refused to park the car. She went to LACC in the car. How can your boss tell you the cars that you are using, that you are accused of, park it in the compound, don't move with it? She said, no, I'm going to LACC with the compound. The people who invited her to investigate her, the more disrespected Buaka, she disrespected LACC. Complete defiance. Real country, that woman will stay over there again. Real country, they sack her and put her on real persecution, but she will go with impunity. Nothing will come of it. She's just in the public glare at all. We're discussing her, that her trial also in the media. Nothing will come of it because she is protected. She went with the car. The property that in question, government property that in question, they put investigating you for A. And you will leave it. When you go with different car, LACC asks you. But LACC not get time for that thing now. They reached to that 1 year. That the monetary aspect they own. But that is the source of the money. So LACC will reach to that, but you want to show that you are ethical. Your boss said you are suspended because of this until the end of the investigation. So immediately you pack all of those things. They said turn over all government properties. And you put everything down and go with your personal car. Swakoko Dennis will tell you that she didn't get a car. She served as 6 years in the House of Representatives. It was all money, 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 money. So she does not have car, or she thought that she was going to play on LACC. They went in the compound. LACC did not take the car from her. What we have is she was returning. She went there with her lawyer. She was returning from the compound of LACC with the 2 vehicles with her lawyers. So I think it was agreed. It was agreed that the vehicles be parked at NOCAL headquarters, not to use. But while she was en route, she and her legal team, they had another plan. They took the vehicles to LACC compound and not to NOCAL, not in NOCAL. The vehicles are packed in NOCAL, not NOCAL, but LACC, while the investigation is on. 585,000 awarded a contract outside of the law to a company. What the company? Geo Services and something like Geo. 30,000 United States dollars kickback. Say you raise a voucher of 75,000 for a car, but the car is not 75,000, but they raised the voucher at 75,000 so that 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come in her purse. 30,000 United States dollars will come Swakoko Dennis is not the only person that is doing this. Swakoko is just one of many. Internal affairs, yeah, there, everywhere. Bwaka government, that's what I told you yesterday, last week. The women in the government, they can steal a Satan. They have that satanic act. The women in Bwaka government, they can steal, they're stealing more than any government with women. They want in Bwaka government, it's pamas. The beginning I can say, the people, they are rogues. They can steal, they greedy, no value, no essence, no substance of worth. Everywhere you put them. All day, what man can do, woman can do it. Yeah. Man can steal. We have known in this country the men for stealing and stealing and stealing. All the people who have been going on trial from all of the government, from the interim government of Judy Bryant to Charles Taylor, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, George Weah, men. Now, one lady went on trial for stealing in Ellen's government, in Weah government. That the government, we hear the women stealing. And they're stealing on a high scale, diverting. So Swakoko Dennis telling all that she never saw 30,000 all the time she was in her house. What kind of car she had? What kind of car she wants to ride? Bwaka government pa? The government of cars. I mean, moda. There. I say rescue. What a shame. What a disgrace. That car you're fighting. Everybody wants to be seen in some kind of luxurious car. Everybody. Everything is about cars. They bought ratting buses, get to the people, then they ride in $60,000 car. Minister, deputy minister. Bwaga, the people, sorry, Mr. President, but your ministers, your officials, they want to increase the pressure. They want something to happen to you. Because when international communities starts tightening the screws here and there, the same way you used to be telling George Weah people, no investor coming to this country because we are at the city you're coming experience, and we'll start telling you it too. Because the people will not put a dime. All the money that you're going to be hearing, they're not giving Liberia physical cash. They're not chunking it. So you don't live with that illusion, the government is favor and the government this, the government securing that. They're not money. When the people hearing this kind of thing, they can hold on to their money. They're not giving Liberia physical cash. You continue to steal. You said George Weah people were stealing all over the place. Bwaka said the country was bleeding on a Weah. Dillon said the economy of the country was in a septic 10. Where it is today now, the economy gone deep sea. The country is sinking in corruption, widespread corruption all over the place. What a shame. Bwaka said no business as usual. It is not business as usual 3 times. The president is sitting there. He has no control over his people. They are manipulating. They are increasing the voucher. They're just doing any and everything. Finance ministry. Bill Magace Jones went and concocted that evil plan. $344,000 United States dollars just to pin inside finance ministry and outside. Today, Gafan is embarrassed. The minister can't approve that money. Because Gafan will call him Bwaka. I told you last week. Gafan is corrupt. But Gafan character, he always tried to protect it. Nobody free from corruption. Somewhere when they put you somewhere, anywhere you are, somewhere, somehow, you will eat from there. But it doesn't say you should make it the normal to just be manipulating things. Gafan is uncomfortable with Bill McGill. That project stopped. Post and Telecom. Ratting all boss. Then they say GSM will approve it. But yet the man there, the Sekou Kromana there, see the car the man riding. Yeah, internal affairs minister there, internal affairs ministry. How many dollars they using just to face one office? If this was still weird time, these people you're going to hear Liberia in war again. These people, they were in opposition when these things were happening. They were vexed. They were vexed. The people went to the extent they left from here. They went in America and other places. Say we are is this, we are that. No investor should come to Liberia. We are is corrupting the system here. The people, all kinds of stuff. We saw all that thing around here. We saw protests all over against corruption. And we are government. They were being sponsored by these same people. Bwaka were around here. Bwaka were moving all around, encouraging people to do these things. It was their right. But yeah, now the rescue. Nobody expected the kind of widespread corruption. It's a shame, a disgrace. Bwaka is the president, but Bwaka does not have control. They are taking advantage of Bwaka's frailty. He isn't proactive. Look at the actions that Bwaka did. Everything that just suspension. Suspension can discourage people. Suspension is not a deterrent. The same way they accuse and say we are not putting people on trial. We are protecting his people. That the same way Bwaka is protecting. Who has Bwaka taken out of position? Only one person. The guy resigned voluntarily. Matthew Yemplu. Steve Zago. That's Steve Zago there. Steve Zago just sitting down. Bwaka has never moved with a deterrent. What did he say? Where is that clip? When he said, let's see. Hey, man, come on, man. Bwaka, man. Bwaka, come to your senses, man. What's that? You say all the thing. Where is the man? Where's the Bwaka clip that he said the eyes will fall? And you don't perform, the eyes will fall. So why the eyes not falling now? Why the eyes not falling? Why? He said the eye, you don't perform, the eye will do this, the eye will fall, the eye, all kinds of nonsense. So why the eye not falling? He said no business as usual. Everybody on business as usual. He said, I'm not coming to this. The president said, no. Yeah. Amen. JB, you can make it. You can make it. But you're there. You'll be there until the 6 years. Yeah? Don't worry. We'll protect you on our own. You'll be there until the 6 years. Nobody will take you from there. Only when the time comes. Yeah. But you're there. You're there until the 6 years. But I'll tell you from there. That other man who moving all around acting like he president. No. Just relax on that one, Chief. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get. I'm not new. I'm not coming new to this. I'm trying to get that. Yeah, I want to use that. But I will get it. I will get it. So that what happened at LACC today. So we don't know the outcome. What we're giving is the surface. LACC, they're not really out. Even their website, it's not regular. Their Facebook page not regular. They're not updating it. Nothing. It looked like Alexandra Zotu. She tired with this thing. It looked like that woman wants to leave this government and just go sit. I'm sure she's thinking in that direction. Yeah, because the woman is embarrassed. Alexandra Zoe is embarrassed. She's not really comfortable with what she wants to do. Because the very man who is the president who said no business as usual, encouraging business as usual with the kind of corruption all over the place, not prosecuting at all, not doing anything, just suspending people. So if you are the LSCC boss, you wouldn't sit in there. That's how the LSCC had been from time to time in this country. The LSCC is not independent. Ellen said they were giving LSCC prosecutorial power. We are Kim, he said the same thing. That prosecutorial power is not seen because LSCC, the way it is set up, it has to go through the politicians and the politician will make a determination. LSCC is not on its own. So that prosecutorial power is an illusion. If LSCC was an autonomous agency like how it is in Nigeria with that prosecuting power, you think Swakoko Dennis and the other people will be doing the way they'll be acting the way they're acting? No. But Swakoko behaved the way she behaved because her protector, the person who recommended her to go at Nokal. So to prosecute that woman like that, you have to be careful. There's the political interference. That's why LSCC has never ever done a good job in this country. The people who should make sure that LSCC is giving that teeth to bite, that they let the judiciary, not the judiciary, but the executive and the judiciary. Alexandra just sitting out there, go and speak with that woman one-on-one in confidence. The woman will tell you a tire. Because she's just there. The only time you hear that woman spreading here and there, when they're having some program, then she runs to the other radio and show. But the main thing that the people want to know, that it kind of thing, look at the 15,000 United States dollars allegation from the House of Representatives. Again, she told the public that we have taken seizure of it. We've opened investigation. We've invited the accusers. From that time, you hear her saying anything again, that one is dead. How will the people credit your institution when you find yourself in an embarrassing position? The woman tired. One day you'll hear Alexandra Zoe has left the LACC because the Bwaka has increased the woman embarrassment. Bwaka not helping the woman. Then he went to that stuff they launched at ministerial complex and say his government is credited for fighting corruption. His government is this, his government is that on corruption, when corruption has overwhelmed the government. So the outcome, no, they need to get it out, yeah? But that's what she did today. She went back. Yeah, how I should close on this. Don't fix everything on Rostolin Swakoko Dennis. LSCC, in my opinion, invited her because she is the head. It doesn't exonerate the rest of the people. When the investigation gets into full effect, names will come out. I don't want to believe that Rostolin Swakoko Dennis will want to use herself as a sacrificial lamb. She will explain the administrative aspect, and that will draw names in. You have Emmanuel Azango, who is vice chair for administration. You have Bwaka Jaliba, you have other people there. And Bwaka Jaliba is a staunch member of Unity Party, a strong one too. Assume that he's caught, Bwaka will not want to do anything. Listen, people, all those things the guys brought against CDC. This country, no government can fight corruption head on. No. The president will just make Beamer. Bwaka made Beamer in his State of the Nation address corruption. He said corruption has eaten the fabric of this country. In my government, the State of the Nation address, he said the same thing. Where is it? His own people. No government, this country, no government can fight corruption. No government can clamp down on corruption. This country is rotting. It's rotting in corruption. Liberia is just rotting in corruption. Corruption is in Liberia's DNA. That is why everywhere you find those who are in charge, they're fighting to corrupt the system. People who should be fighting to improve the lives of the people. They are collecting everything down to the crumbs. They are collecting it from the people. Liberian politicians are just like the rich guy in the Bible. At least the rich guy was better. At least he was giving crumbs out. But Liberian politicians, even the crumbs, they're eating it, they're collecting it to tell you how greedy they are. No government can fight corruption in this country. No government can claim down on corruption because corruption starts with the president. All of the governments that came. And that's how it will be until the war comes to an end. Except God performs some kind of miracle. And this country is blessed. That's shameful. The country is blessed. So now, understand it, she is the head. Going to LACC today does not exonerate or acquit the rest of the guys that they are not guilty. Swakoko did everything on her own. No. LACC invited Swakoko Dennis because she is the president and CEO of NOCAL. Now, based on her explanation, with the investigation getting into full effect, LACC will call names to give their side of the story. So don't just put it on her alone. No. You have Emmanuel Azango there. I told you last week, Emmanuel Azango was on Galley Street on the sidewalk explaining. He said he clarifying. He put everything on Swakoko Dennis. I'm standing there. I'm standing there listening to the man. The man talking. I just said with him myself, you see sick offensive? So you see that's how people are. The man put everything on the lady. The man explaining to the people on the sidewalk as if Swakoko Dennis just decided to do everything on her own. That, it's not his responsibility to do this. It's not his responsibility to do that. He's only there to sign, to all kinds of things. He's lying to the people. I had to walk off from there and say, stay there. When the time comes, you will know. That thing was a syndicate. Even if he was only responsible to sign, is he not literate enough to ask one or two questions? You think the boss is above the law? So if the boss tells you you're responsible for administration, you manage every other thing. The boss say, kill 3 presidents in the office. Then you will kill the president, you will kill the 3 people and say, the boss say, that kind of man you go pull over there, vice chair for administration, Emmanuel Azango, how dull of a person he is. The man was there. I was there, listening to the man. Galley Street. The man there explaining to the crowd. I'm standing like this and just listening to him in disguise. And later on, he recognized me because he knows me very well. All of them, Professor Bwaka Jaliba, all of them, not only the woman alone. You get corruption all over the place, but Bwaka, nothing will come of that thing, people. You leave it. LACC is just there. LACC is a bulldog. Bwaka will never ever set precedents in this country. Bwaka will be like Unity Party government is like any other government before them. The same thing. That's how the country looks. Everything started getting rotting from the head. Corruption started with Bwaka. From the inauguration, prior to the inauguration, after the inauguration, and onward. And that will take me to former Finance and Development Planning Minister, one of the best economists we have in Liberia, and David Fahad. He welcomed the United States President Donald Trump's decision to impose a 90-day moratorium on U.S. funding and aid programs across the world, including Africa. According to him, the move is an opportunity. It's a good one for African leaders to strengthen their leadership by prioritizing the welfare of their people. He is right. He said for over a century, according to him, the United States has played a crucial, very crucial role in supporting Liberia's hospitals, schools, and various government's programs. And all of us know how the United States has been very vital to Liberia's survival over the years. America has been and will always be Liberia's lifeblood. But the former minister, believes that it's time leaders take full responsibility and make proper use of the vast resources, in his words, that God gave Africa, particularly Liberia. Didn't I talk about the kind of blessing, natural resource or resources wise? Liberia should be ashamed. All of the leaders should be ashamed. Should be ashamed, begging, hoping. Just a suspension for review. It touched Liberia. Just a suspension. It's not cancellation. Suspension for review. 90 days period to review. It touched Liberia. Then imagine if it is cancelled. Just a temporary suspension for review. The government will move with that flimsy stuff, call it contingency plan of cutting government officials' benefits. And you call that thing serious, announced by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. That was a junk approach, not serious at all. Cutting benefits, what will it do? You have all along, all of the people have dumped this country into nothingness by enriching themselves. How many millions and billions of dollars have not come to this country? What kind of natural resources that we do not have to take us to another level as an independent country? God gave us everything. Everything. Should this country be in the state still? A country that the city, village better than the city. And these people, government after government, call themselves politicians. They feel comfortable riding around in this place of a trash called city. Yet they will go out of Liberia, come back, and proudly praise the development they see in those countries, not realizing that the dollars they generate, they put it into the economy with a strong system in place so that whenever there is a crisis, they can stand on their own. Whenever there is a cut off of aid, they have a contingency plan. Because the politicians have always not taken the country serious, so they're crying out, say cutting benefits. No, one legislator making 11,000, taking 11,000 United States dollars every month, besides the benefits. I have never seen any legislature in the world that they would justify 11,000, 45,000, 50,000, 30,000. The people only cry for money all day, every day. Liberia, only in this country, the legislators will cry for money. They're justifying. They're sucking the people monetarily like a vampire sucking blood with all regret because they want to look flashy. If they're serious, then let them cut their salary, that 11,000, bring it to 2,000. Government officials, people in Boaka government, they're still making 11,000. There are people in Boaka government, they're making 11,000. Tell me how many dollars? How many dollars Nito Lai, who is the head of maritime, you think Nito Lai is making 2,500 or 1,500? Nito Lai is all the way up to almost 10,000 United States dollars every month. Check the other people everywhere. Dukle at the Freeport, who is managing the gateway to the economy. Check. You think that man is making monthly 1,500 or 2,500? That man is up to 10,000 every month. All of these things, people know you're giving a huge salary. The country economy is small. It can barely survive on its own. The little money that is in the country to help everybody scrambling over it. And then you don't want another sovereign country to do a review as if they brought you to earth and they're responsible to manage you. What a shame, what a disgrace. We had Ebola here. We had Ebola. Ebola ended. There was nobody who talk about putting anything in place that we might have a future crisis. Because Ebola ended, people were relaxed now. They're moving around, enjoying, buying BB cars, buying flashy houses, all kinds of things happening. God said, Liberia, you can come to your senses. You don't know that when you experience a crisis, it is intended to teach you a lesson to get serious for the future. Everybody will relax. In no time, COVID-19 came. Liberia, nothing. Liberia depending on America. Ebola, Liberia dependent on America. COVID-19, Liberia dependent on America. Everything, America. Everything, America. America, America. So this time around, God himself is saying to Liberia, you're stupid and dull. I gave you all of those natural resources that are not given to any country around the world. And yet you're living in abject poverty, but you are rich. You taking your natural resources, you allow other people to come from outside. Do you know that we should be having factories? We should be having a number of things. Should we be depending on jetty to produce that? We're depending on Apple to produce that. Foreigners doing it for us when they can pack up at any time. When all of these people sign up from this country, how can we stay on our own? We've got nothing, not a single industry. Look at ArcelorMittal over there. We are interested just signing hard contracts. Look at Firestone. Look what they're doing to the country. Look at the number of years that Firestone stay here. Look at the condition of the people. You're just comfortable to be signing contracts, signing concession agreements, giving to this one, giving to that, and nothing is happening for your country. But you're comfortable when the people take your raw materials out of this place, they deplete it to the core. They reproduce. You go in the place, you are excited. They use your same materials, give back to you, or when they have profited enough, then they say, oh, Liberia and this country sign a grain agreement. Then you are excited that your materials, your natural resources that they're using to get back to you through money. What's that? What kind of country is that? Then you're still complaining. Does it make sense? It's stupidity to the core. You should not be pressurizing Donald Trump. Last week, that one over there called himself information minister had the audacity to come write a statement and calling his own people. You see that? Calling his own people criminals, aliens. Yes. They are not Americans. But the condition under which they are there now, you want to be very responsive in your approach as a government. You want to avoid characterization. Since the United States government took a decision to weed out undocumented individuals, then you leave it as it is. You don't make any statement at all. The government say 90 days review. How is review the same as action that you get? You so jitter here. You get jitter. You saying all kinds of things. The Liberian government has not received official communication from the United States government. However, we want to meet the officials at the U.S. Embassy. Look at government. Look at the people who consider themselves educated people. I can never stoop so low. And respect your decision. And at the end of the day, you will come and say, okay, we took that decision because of XYZ. We are lifting it now because we have made some adjustments. That's what you do. You got nothing on your own. God bless you, but you curse yourself. Then the other ones, then you can sit down there, open their oral cavity and say, oh, you might not talk about the country, and you might not say the country curse. You might live and dead lives in the power of the tongue. That's why God can allow you to get into a terrible situation too. So Fahad said that Liberia economic struggles will continue for years because bad governance is the order of the day. Though the country is rich with natural resources. So it's now time, according to him, that Boubacar needs to review every concession agreement in Liberia to identify and renegotiate bad deals that have hindered Liberia's economic growth. And he's right. He's right. You ain't ready. All of these things happening. All of these things happening. These are signs. These are signs. The world will never ever be the same. The very God who created us, the man tells us that every day the world is changing. Every day the world is changing. So prepare yourself. That's what they call preparing for the future. Don't be too relaxed. Don't be dependent on people. Set contingency plan in place, both now and the future. So the people telling us, the government telling us also that they were just relaxing on America. You're living on America. We agree that America assistance, developmental aid in every sector through USAID has been very vital. Nobody wants that cut off completely. But what we're saying is you have always had the opportunity. Always know that crisis can evolve at any time, or people can take decisions that will indirectly or directly affect you. So you always make sure that you set a standard in your country that you are not run out of idea, you are not run out of resources. In case something happens, you have a backup. Always have plan B in place. I bet you any crisis hit this country now, nothing. We'll be hoping on America. But everything we have it. Everything. David Fahad was right. Everything we have it in this country. There isn't anything we are lacking as a country. God bless all of the countries of the world. Nobody can spoil God's name. This country, look at our population. We are less than 5 million. Or let's take it at 5 million. That number is very inferior testimony. Our natural resources are more in terms of of how it is used to develop the country. You have a country, a whole country, that one thing sitting down over there, and people can be so proud, State Run University, looks in Tenebris. Nonsense. Go right in Nigeria, one state, just one state, about 15 to 16 universities, polytechnics, hospitals, standard clinics. What is it here? Look at our population. You don't get nothing. You don't have a 13 hospital. That is the reason government officials ain't even trust the very JFK. So they prefer to go in another man's country. Y'all sit down there, y'all better lead that thing. And Donald Trump and do the Donald Trump, what they call nonsense. All right. So let's see. Okay, where do I go next? And then we leave. If you play in the King's Cash giveaway, fine. Just play with $1 or 70 cents US. Dial *799*24#. That's all you need to do. Play as many times as you can. It's 4,000 today. Play as many times as you can. *799*24#. Play with $1, Liberian dollar, or 70 cents US. Tomorrow is holiday, fast and prayer. Not fast and prayer. Yeah, sorry, but I beg you. Armed Forces Day. Okay. So former Liberian President George Weah is in Congo. It's in Congo. Last week, he signed a deal with the British company Icon. He's going to earn millions of dollars, millions. He is quietly enjoying life beyond the presidency. But all that he is doing is for Liberia. All that he is doing. You heard the interview, how he intends to get the national team to another level by seeking sponsorship for them, talking to his partners. He wants the national team to be different on a Buckeye. Since the people said that he didn't do anything, so he accepted. So on the Buckeye night, he's not sitting and saying because the sports didn't develop during my regime, so I'm not doing anything. And he said, no. You heard that interview. We made it clear that the national team has to go to another level, that somebody has to rise up. If they cannot be like him to win or reach at the top of European football, but they should get at that level. That sponsorship deals are on the way, just as he did in the past. He stayed doing it. So he's moving from one place to another. And all of these trips are for Liberia. Those of you who think we are messed the country up, that we did not do anything, well, Buakai does not have what we has. We is not president, but he's still working for the country. That is why you don't create division. Everybody not the same. God blessed everybody differently. God gave everybody not the same gift. That's why he said, blend your gift. The word blend means to join. In essence, what God simply meant was everybody different. The gift that Sam Andrew has is not the gift that the other person has. The gift that person has is not the gift the other person has. We are different. But what happened? We joined our gift. Former President Weah is a world icon. The whole world knows him. The whole world respects him. The whole world bows to him. The whole world wants him to be around all of the time. Buakai is a political figure, but he's not a known figure. He doesn't have that what they call rapprochement with others around the world because he has never been known. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she lived in the international community for years. That is why when she became president, it was easier for her, the international community threw their weight behind her. America threw their weight behind her. They gave her all the support. Even though she messed up, corruption overwhelmed her government. But she was known. And she's still known. She could rub shoulder with top brass, multilateral institutions and investors and all those people. She could take telephone and call and say, I want you to do this. How did RLJ come to Liberia? Ellen just took she just made one telephone call. And we can go to explain the rest. Because she lived in the international community, she made friends. That's why God said in Proverbs 12, not Proverbs, but Romans 12:18, he said, if it is in thy will, be at peace with everyone. When you are at peace with everyone, things work for you. Don't mind those things that Boaka just say, oh, they don't want to come in, they want to. You still need we are them. You still need we are, you still need Ellen. You can never ever be successful in your first 6 years if you ever have the second 6 years without these people. These people they are internationally known. When you hear world icons that we are there, that Ellen there, Boaka, nobody knows Boaka. Moreover, he now fought and plenty times so the people are afraid. So you need the people. The man, I told you how we are operating. Say he left the president and said, quiet. We are in the country, you will not know. We are leaving the country, you will not know. We are coming into the country, you will not know. We are here, you will not know. You just keep it quiet. So Boaka will have comfortable sleep. He'll be able to move around as the president. The man now is in DR Congo. The man is moving. I think the man is moving from one place to another. He's in Congo, and he is the special guest, according to the bits and pieces that are coming in to me from that side. He is the special guest of the Central African Republic President, Denis Sassou Nguesso. Yeah, he is. He is the special guest. That means the president of the Central African Republic, Denis Sassou Nguesso, invited him personally. Say, Mr. Former President and World Icon, I need your presence. You sit down. Why guys sit down there? Let your people be telling you all kinds of things that advisors can fool presidents. These people, when you fail today, they will be around. They will say the president, he never used to listen. Eddington Farmer, he said it against Charles Taylor. Ellen people, they said it. They say, oh, that woman, when she read it, you go in, you listen to her. When you finish explaining, she will just put your idea in the trash can, and her own is the final. I know some of the people that are in the government, they say some things about Ellen, but that is for another day. So when you sit down there, you don't get time to listen, to get the expertise of your predecessors, you finish. So the man is on that side, making things happen. Don't worry, yeah? All right. So what we do now? Yeah, okay, let's take a few calls on this one and then we are out. Let's just take a few calls. It's not easy. So 72nd United Methodist Church, they broke away. They broke away from the General Assembly, Liberia Annual Conference, because the church does not want to be definitive on same-sex marriage and regionalization. It's been on for a while now. So they've reached a resolution to leave the United Methodist Church How they're going to call themselves? Well, I can say, but what I am telling you is the fact they had that resolution in church on yesterday read, leaving the United Methodist Church. The United Methodist regionalization, you see, yeah. Listen, your increase your mentor. Do some research. Regionalization is what they're using as the cover up, as the smoke screen for same sex. So they will argue merely on regionalization. And the way they're portraying it, as far as I know from a little theological knowledge of what regionalization is and contextualizing it, they only using that as a smoke screen. But the main thing is that same-sex marriage, and they are under pressure. They are under pressure. It's not by their own volition. That is why they have not reached a definitive conclusion on that. The bishop will say, oh, in another position of the church, the other, but you see from upstairs, the weight is on them. So the church decided, 72nd United Methodist Church decided to break away from the United Methodist Church based on what they refer to as the church full endorsement of same-sex marriage. Same-sex marriage. They left. They left. They're on their own. They get a pastor, the church leadership, everything will come in place. But they left the church, the United Methodist Church. And over the days, brace yourself for many defections from the United Methodist Church. Many will break away. Many Methodist church or churches will break away from the Liberia Annual Conference. This same-sex stuff is true. Don't give in to anything I am telling you. My little knowledge in the Bible or church history. Regionalization is not what they are portraying. Regionalization, biblical people, some of them can act like politicians. The politician will put something in front and will tell you that it's not this and this is it. They know how to go rhetorical. That's how some biblical people are. They're putting this regionalization in front of this, they made that, all the kinds of, but the main thing is the same-sex marriage. Culturally, it can come to Liberia. Constitutionally, it can happen anywhere. Some kind of way, but the church has decided, 72nd United Methodist Church decided to leave them. Okay, so let's go now. Let's take a few calls on this one, and then we are out on the show. Just few calls: 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 98 03 75. These are the numbers to have your say. Tomorrow is national holiday. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, sir? Thank you, General in studio.
Yeah.
All right. Love your expositions. I admire it. One of the good things we need to learn with the Liberian, we should learn how to observe development ongoing, and we should learn how to observe the beginning of every new government. You know, when you marry a woman, born 23 for you, we stay with you, and you never perform better with you, and you just brought a normal woman to do better. You have to wait, be patient, remain kind as one who stay in the marriage for a couple of times. But to rush it is not necessary. Let us know that we went to schools. Let us speak the graduates to them. Let us be the educated people who have spent a lot of years in school. The utterances international are getting around Africa about Liberia is too ridiculous. They say Liberian as abuses their leader on a daily basis. I don't know which kind of educated group is that. And this government have been a good government who now want to close down no station, don't want to torture any journalist. It's a freedom of speech. But let us limit it. Let us speak that somebody see you say that they never speaking. Yeah, he went to school for true. He's a graduate student with acquired knowledge. Let us live with that principle. Then live with that kind of
Matthew,
that scenario.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. God bless
No,
you.
hold on now. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on small. Yeah, hold on small. There is no, it ain't wrong. Oh, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to insult president. Nobody insult president. Nobody insult leader. It's not wrong at all. It's not wrong. The president or any leader is not above anything. No.
We understand. But what am I saying? Tomorrow you could be a leader. And quietly, for the year you are going, you are not going.
But don't do anything.
The abuses and the kind of profane and provocative.
So yesterday you said this thing.
Make you better.
Okay, Chief. Take it. Go sit up there. Even in your house, you do all kind of thing when you go check it, your son or daughter rule all over the place. Then you want to talk. Yeah, let you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the program. Yesterday, the insult was all right. It was good.
Don't mind that man. That nonsense.
Yesterday, it was not moderate.
But you go check that man out. You go check that man in his house. Either his daughter or son rule.
That now that you restrict it.
Don't mind.
I don't support insult. But when you set the precedent will continue. That's what it means.
But they know that man no insult.
Come in, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
All right. My point has to do with the church decision. I greatly appreciate them for that. It's immoral. It's contrary to the scripture. But anyway, it's not a surprise that the Bible said at the end time, many shall depart from the faith and giving heed to seducing spirit and doctrines of devil. So it's not surprising. It's not shocking for the Methodist Church to be endorsing and same-sex marrying, all the kind of nasty things. But you know what? More to come because we are in the end time.
All
so
right.
I thank those that pull out. I thank them for coming out. The Bible also says, come out of her. And
okay, Chief. Thank you.
God bless you, Sam. Thank you so much.
Right. Hello. 0772-2399-33 0886-3044-97 0877-980-375. The women's line. Let's go there. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Mr. Sen, how are you?
Yeah, fine. You're fine. Let's hear you. Your name. Where you come from?
My name is Chine from Providence. But causing personal pie in Sonia, they were causing a cool person there because the man they are training on.
Forget about that man. He's not normal.
Mr. Sen.
Yeah.
We pay your call school ministry. Then they pay off. We work for someone more. They not pay off.
You've exposed?
Yeah, someone money up to now we say now.
Wait. That place you working?
That's why we're working, but they saw that they pay off.
What time they pour you down?
They pour down. I think in November.
But they told you they were going to get your pay, eh?
Yes.
So what?
Great far our no money. Oh, because we were taking pay on mobile. They try to go great far our no money. Or to pay off when we down they say more way. When they down they say way. Also now they pay.
Okay, we hear that one. Don't worry. We hear that one. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I'm fine.
Sometimes the guys sound very comical. When you call Joria wife, you call Joria, they were not unlawful. But that was not leader. But today when somebody just say Joseph Braga now where? Or you say Mr. Braga, you say, what are you calling the man for? So I don't know what they call him just. Mr. Braga himself called Mr. Weir. By the time you're president, we did see that on his son. But on the wall, I want to say thank you to the Methodists from 72nd. The people stand for the true principle of God. God, remember now, God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexual behavior. Yeah, so if you really believe in Jesus Christ, the teaching of Jesus Christ, you will not accept men and men to be married and sleep on the same bed.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello, Sam. How you doing?
I'm fine. You?
I'll give God a praise. What I want to speak on is the United Methodist same-sex marriage business. Well, my name is Nicholas Baxter, and I call from Broad Street. What happened is that I am a Methodist and a lay pastor. I do believe what I think is that the United Methodists has never endorsed same-sex marriage. Well, the regionalization that we talk about, it has nothing to do with same-sex marriage. But like you said, there are some of our friends that are going around, they are in favor of same-sex marriage, but they're making it to appear like it is the bishop and the hierarchy of the United Methodist Church. So this is why the United Methodists, the bishop has said, let us get together and talk about it, but they will never allow it. Anytime the bishop gets ready to meet, for us to meet and talk, that's the time they will come up to disturb. So the United Methodists have never endorsed same-sex marriage.
Which one of the Methodist churches you are in?
I am in the Blackstone United Methodist Church in the Carisburg community. That is a Blackstone community.
Okay.
In Fender.
So the congregation, when this thing came out, what did the congregation do? What had been and still the church position, the congregation there?
Well, the congregation there, we do not support same-sex marriage. This is the message that our bishop has been going around with Bishop Samuel Choir. And he has said over and over, even when on air, he does not support same-sex marriage.
All right. Thank you.
Regionalization is been misinterpreted by those going around the breakaway churches, like the 72nd, like the other people. Thank you.
Oh, have a nice day. Okay. yeah, easy. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm good. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
It's a right of Gibraltar. You refer to me as Charlie Heitman.
Let's hear you.
My company principally brought here. But again, same, I think I said it all, Liberia is just another different part of the world. And people think differently than any ordinary being, in Liberia. Andrews, we found ourselves to where we are today. It is because of people who have that kind of a phony mindset. Even though the man in power told you that this is how you can lead, and you accept it. The man said that I'm broke, I don't have money, I'm living on loan. You say yes, we accept it. The man telling that when I get there to work, we have put 400 human beings. I will come and make it. I will cut them down and make I able to be something like 50, and you accept it.
All right, Chief.
You understand?
Okay.
So this is where we find ourselves. This is kind of a country we find ourselves in. Again, we got to pray God. This is it. We just have to live with it. Thank you, Andrews.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Andrew.
Let's go. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
Thank you very much. My name is Abraham. Say, Andrew, if somebody is a leader and you go somewhere and they tell you about an issue that your people does not support, I think you will try that issue and come to the people and say, well, if people are bringing something that we are against to me, and I get charged in. But you're not telling them discuss it. If you tell them discuss, I mean, you have interest in it. That is about the gay right that the middle man is talking about. Those that put it away are those that does not support it. Those that stay there to discuss it are those that get interest in it. Because if you are discussing it, you get interest in it. So in the first place, you must trash it.
Thank you, too, for spicing it up. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. That's all the time we got. Let's turn to you who are following by the television. Clady Allison said yesterday it was good to insult president, but today it is not good. Some Liberians are biased. And Jean McBorough said, where were you when your partisans were insulting President Weah and his entire family? Yeah. It was supported all over the place. And okay, Perry Slobod will comment on one of the talking points. He said, Boakai told his government officials to steal when you people are hurting your feelings about corruption. And Sumo Taylor said, Liberia economy is under the sea now. Matthew Choloplay said, Liberia finished, just like the way Sleepy Boakai finished. Koda Williams said, yes, government can just put them in jail for life. I think It is a reference to the knockout situation with Rostalin Swakoko Dennis. All right, thank you all for spicing the show up. That's all the time we've got. Tomorrow is national holiday in Liberia, Armed Forces Day. We all look forward to the day. It is a great celebration constitutionally in our country. The commemoration of Armed Forces Day, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia will be there. It's not an option, not a privilege, not an opportunity, but an obligation that he be there, not by proxy, but in person, to do his constitutional function. If he can, then we will start the call for impeachment of the president. He will have to, that's what it requires. If he can sit in a car, like one of the callers said, I saw that, but I think it's in Japan or China, but that is their system. That is their system. Yeah, their system different from ours. He's in a van, very small, and he goes around the troop. But that is their system. That's the law. Ours say the president walk. So we expect to see that tomorrow. There should be no other thing in place to substitute that. The man who will be serving as the keynote speaker, Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio, is in the country already for the occasion. So it's going to be a great occasion on tomorrow. And then another great occasion will take place in the evening. Aside from the politics, Real Madrid will be going home on tomorrow. Man City will beat them. The second leg will be useless. Man City will advance and Real Madrid will go home. Yesterday, there was graded. There was classical team, FC Barcelona, perform another miracle. The referee and VAR conspire to cheat us so that Real Madrid, we could drop point and Real Madrid take advantage of that by giving our player Femi a red card that was not even a red card. But before then, Sevilla player almost broke Pedri's foot or leg. The referee did not see it as anything. He did not give a yellow card. But Femi cleared the ball from the Sevilla player. He gave red card. The conspiracy did not work. We are behind Madrid just 2 points now. They play Man City tomorrow. Holiday. Man City will beat them. The return leg in their home, Man City will beat them and flush them out. You're Real Madrid fans, then sorry, you're just happy. You're in high zone there. All that cheating you used to do is haunting you. The first time in the history, it's surprising to everybody. For 120 years, according to the history that is out, Real Madrid enjoy referee favor. Today, they've written, when I say today, I mean this time now, they've written official communication to the FA complaining that they are being cheated by referees. You see it? Because everybody now, they know them. They're faking thing. It ain't happen again. Vinicius will fall down in the back. They gave red card penalty. How they call that other one that came from France? He will fall down outside the box. Then the referee put his hand to the penalty spot. And I'm working again. So tomorrow, they're going home. Yeah, all your Real Madrid fans, y'all can go to the God will not listen to you when you pray. So y'all go to the two best messing women in the world, Bale Wule and Nandi Muna. Y'all go there. Y'all go to them. Y'all go. Let them perform miracle for you. I see you. LCB. Well, we're back tomorrow, if God permits, on the holiday. The news is on at 6, and at 8 this evening is Face the Issues with A.B. Williams. You don't want to miss it. I see Hala Madrid, Doria Madrid, great FCB. All my FCB fans. I see